About 2 weeks ago, Samsung introduced the latest Samsung Galaxy S series devices, which is the flagship lineup of their entire brand. Since then, I've been testing out the S25 Ultra, and trust me, there is a lot to talk about in this device. So today, in the latest video of Tech Pulse, I am reviewing the S25 Ultra for all of you. This is Dhruv Mohan on Economic Times. Let's get started. The first one that we're talking about is the display and design of this device. Starting with the design first. The first thing you notice on the S25 Ultra straight away is the fact that the edges are now completely flat. As you would remember in the S25 Ultra, the edges were rounded. But honestly, this design is more handy. It gives you a better grip when you hold the device. Especially it's important because it's a big device at 6.9 inches. So the flatter edges give you more freedom to hold it more confidently. But the size can be a bit of a struggle for people with smaller hands. There are certain things that have been taken over from the S24 Ultra, like the fact that the device is still very slippery. So you can feel nervousness if you're using it without the cover. This device comes with Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 at the front and back. So you are not worried about any minute scratches that it might absorb. For that matter, it is also IP68 water resistant, and I actually did test it out properly as you are seeing on your screens right now. The display was also working straight away without any issues. On the S24 Ultra, the S Pen, which is by the way right here, could be used separately because this thing in the S24 Ultra was Bluetooth enabled. You could use it like a wand, you could take pictures with it as you can see on your screens right now, but on the S25 Ultra, it's no longer Bluetooth connected. So you have lost some of the features that really made it more useful. As far as usability is concerned, it fits right in and you can use it, point it out, also use it for AI features. The device comes with a 6.9-inch Dynamic LTPO AMOLED 2X display. It's extremely responsive and the brightness is top-notch, to the point that you can use this device outdoors as well without any hassle. I watched all sorts of videos on this device and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It comes with an inbuilt supersonic fingerprint sensor, which is really fast. Now let's move to the second section, which is the software and performance. Setting the agenda first, the entire S25 lineup is getting 7 years of software updates and 7 years of security updates, just like the S24 lineup. So that's good news, which makes these devices a long-term investment in that aspect. Running on Android 15 out of the box, this particular device is also empowered with the Galaxy AI features that we all have seen in the past. This time around, there are certain add-ons. I am telling you the ones that you will be using the most. Firstly, circle to search. This is something that we have seen on newer Android devices as well. It works perfectly well. You circle something on the screen on any app, no matter what, and it will show you the results. One of the new features that you will be using a lot is the Now bar. Its placement at the bottom gives you access to a lot of features that you like. It shows you different sorts of information like navigation and also multiple app notifications if you want to. Next one is truly amazing, which is Gemini Live. The Galaxy S25 Ultra can totally become like a personal assistant. The Gemini Live app works across applications. You can talk to it and it can set applications and notifications across applications. Here is a sample.
Show me the best pizzerias in Gurugram and then also add them to my calendar.
Sure. At what time?
I would like to go today post 7 p.m.
Sure. I'm adding Pizzeria the Suzy to your calendar at 7 p.m.
Thank you.
Next is text summary and translation. You can simply select the text on screen and the AI will let you translate it and also provide summary to you. Second part of the summary is also AI select. Basically, it lets you create GIFs out of the videos that you're watching. We tried it, it worked really smoothly. There are more AI features on this device like generative AI and AI eraser, which we have talked about in the camera section. It is safe to say that majority of these features will eventually show up on the S24 devices and might be on the S23 devices. But we have to remember that the SoC here is really advanced. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, which makes the execution way smoother. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite SoC is for Galaxy in this one, and as far as the performance goes, it's blazingly fast. To set the record straight, I did run a Geekbench score in order to quantify what we have here. Now the variant with me comes with 256 GB of storage, which is sufficient. But if you're somebody who likes to use devices for a long-term basis, then definitely you should go for the 512 GB variant. We can't close the performance section before talking about the gaming performance. I played Call of Duty on it and the performance was blazingly fast. For that matter, there was no heating on the device. The display combined together with the processor was delivering really good performance overall. the device gave me consistently high frame rates, which was very impressive. Now, no device is perfect, and unfortunately S25 Ultra also has one aspect which I did not really enjoy, which is the battery. More specifically, the battery charging speeds. The 5000 mAh battery here can last you well over a day. But when you put it to charge with a 45 watt charging speed, you can get a bit restless, especially when you see the competition has gone all the way up to 100 watts of wired charging. The wireless charging here is 15 watts, which is fairly slow. It can only be useful if you have a wireless dock on your desk so that whenever you are sitting, you can put it on wireless charging and you have a charged up device throughout the day. This is the only complaint that I have with the S25 Ultra when it comes to the performance. Otherwise, the device knocks out every ball of the park. Let's now move to the camera, for which we stepped out. So guys, for testing out the camera on the S25 Ultra, I've stepped out. First and foremost, there is an upgrade into the primary sensor. It's a 200 megapixel camera now, which is paired together with an ultra wide as well, and a periscope telephoto and a telephoto lens. Here are all the samples in front of you. As you can see, the telephoto lens is doing its job really well. The subject in the frame is approximately 2 kilometers away, and yet the processing and the post-processing is putting out images that are thorough and very well detailed. Now, if you look at the portrait shots, the camera is giving solid results, especially when it comes to edge detection. The blur is perfect, and you can of course use it and control it in the post-processing gallery as well. More importantly, with Galaxy AI features, you can erase the subjects in the background if you want to. It is something that we all are seeing in Android devices and now iPhone as well. But we have to remember that Galaxy AI was one of the first smartphones, or one of the first UIs to let you do it. They have improved upon it, and the end result is really neat. We also checked out the video format that we shot from the phone. Here is the video sample. This is the sample video for the S25 Ultra. I am shooting it in 1080p 30 fps right now. Beautiful car in the frame. The video is going live on economic times. I'm also using the inbuilt microphone for this S25 Ultra. The stability is phenomenal. So apart from the size of the device, it can be a very important and primary media phone for you. So if you're into content creation, you won't be disappointed. Unfortunately, the S Pen is not the clicker anymore, which I really liked about the S24 Ultra. But otherwise, it's a strong proposition when it comes to content creation. Okay, now I'm shooting it in the action mode. As you can see, the camera is extremely stable. The vloggers out there, I'm taking this particular shot. Again, I am outdoors right now. The inbuilt microphone is shooting this one. There's no mic that I'm using. The front camera is also quite satisfying. It's unfortunate that Samsung doesn't promote the front camera enough. I think for both the photos and the video, the front camera is very satisfactory. Okay, now that we are back from the camera section, let's move to the ratings. First, the design and display. This is a solid 4.5 out of 5 for me. There's a 0.5% reduction only because the S Pen has lost its Bluetooth capabilities. Otherwise, the phone has a solid build. The IP rating makes it more utilitarian, and you have a winner in that case. For software and performance, I'm going to go with 4 out of 5. Simple reason being that the UI and OS overall is brilliant, and the 7 years of software and security upgrades make the device a long-term investment. Knox security adds a layer of safety to you, which again makes it a solid proposition. One less mark only because of the 45 watt charging speed, which is not a deal breaker. Camera is a 5 on 5 for me. This is an ultimate flagship camera. The camera performance both in stills and videos was top notch. Concluding thoughts are simple. The S25 Ultra is the ultimate Android device in the market right now. It can also be a good proposition for people who are looking to switch the cams from iOS to Android and want to get their first Android device. But if you're a Samsung purist and you want to upgrade every year, then please hold on. For S24 Ultra users, it's better to wait at least one more generation.